Governor Abbott of Texas deployed inflatable barrels alongside the Rio Grande River and what they call like the Eagles Pass, whatever. Now, this water is very, very shallow, comes up to maybe waist high, but that's not the real dangers of the water. The real dangers is the strong, strong current. So they put these hard shell sort of inflatable buoys that are connected to create their own wall. When illegal immigrants got to the border, they were like, now there's no way that we can essentially cross. These are making it more difficult. We have to climb across them. If you notice, they have these sort of like metal hinges that's connecting them as well. It looks like some things that are poking up that prevents them. And then they're also using concertina wire in order to slow down and possibly stop the migrants. Look for other states like Florida to do something similar or even the exact same. This is very important for the state of Texas and those border states to employ and deploy some sort of deterrent that's going to slow down or even stop the migrants from coming over. Because essentially, here are some of the thoughts that I've had. This is to deter illegal immigration, right? The state has argued that the wall will help to prevent people from crossing the border illegally, and that will also help to reduce crime and drug trafficking, amongst other things. Now, this is also to protect national security because some people believe that the wall is necessary to protect the United States from terrorism and some other threats that we may not even know of yet. Here's another one, to assert state sovereignty. You guys ever thought about that? Texas, on many occasions, has argued that the federal government has not done enough to secure the border and that the state has a right to build its own wall, a floating wall. Now, this is going to be less expensive. This is not going to take as many as man hours as building the land-based wall once they're already essentially in the United States. And then last but not least, good old Texas to create jobs, because the construction of the wall has created jobs in Texas, and the state has argued that the wall will continue to create jobs in the future. The effectiveness of the border barrier in achieving these goals has been disputed on many occasions because Mexico president has come out and they've been talking about, does this violate water treaties?
To Mexico and the border yesterday, we told you about an Eagle Pass businessman suing the state of Texas over its so-called floating border. We're talking about the buoys that Governor Greg Abbott was placing in the Rio Grande River to help stop the flow of migrants. Well, now the Mexican government is getting involved here. Our partners at the Texas Tribune report that they do plan to send an inspection team to see if those buoys have crossed to their side of the border. The country's incoming Secretary of Foreign Affairs claims the barriers violate water treaties between the U.S. and Mexico.
So they're stating that it violates water treaties, but the federal government is doing nothing to secure the border of Texas or New Mexico or Arizona or California, and as well as Florida. These states are now stepping in and stating, if you're not going to secure the border of America, then we're at least going to do it for our own state. I don't agree with many of the things that Governor Abbott has done, but this one, I'm sitting back and I'm like,